What's going on, everybody? I go by the name of Kari, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish. Today we're taking a look at a 350 V2 Yeezy Boost, one that I've been looking forward to for quite some time because it actually was a blast from the past. And taking a look at this sneaker and the effect that it's having today, the impact that it's having today, it might be safe to start having the Yeezy 350 versus Air Jordan 1 conversation. Without further ado, let's get into it. Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Dazzling Blue. It's 2016 all over again. That's what I'm feeling when I take a look at this. We got the color stripe pack, which is very, very interesting. We're gonna take a very quick look at the sneaker because obviously there's not much to it, but we're gonna take a look at the sneaker and then we're gonna dive into a little bit of history and talk about what made this sneaker, maybe even not this colorway, but this kind of sneaker so iconic and why it's really, really dope that this sneaker is coming back and what it means for the Yeezy Boost 350 as opposed to other timeless models. This might be the next timeless model of sneaker to come. Let's take a deeper look. All right, starting with the upper of the sneaker here, you got classic Yeezy 350 version 2 silhouette here. Nothing really different about it. That same prime knit upper, very nice, conforms to your foot very nicely. Go a half size up, all that good stuff. Now, on the lateral side of the shoe here, you're gonna notice this big dazzling blue stripe going down the lateral side of the sneaker here with the supplied 350 that we have all known to love over the years. Now, I do want to take a quick look at the medial side of the sneaker as well, because one thing I did notice is that it feels like there's a lot more pronounced blue underneath or woven into the fibers on the Dazzling Blue Yeezy 350 Boost here. It's very interesting, but I think that it has to do possibly with the new sustainability initiative that Adidas is undergoing, and I'll dig into that a little bit in just a second. Taking a top down look at the shoe here, nothing really different. The silhouette is the same, very nice, very sleek, half blue stripe that does not, of course, extend into the medial side of the shoe as well. Very nice. No heel tab on the back of this 350 model. You do still have the reflective 3 stripes right inside of the sock liner of the sneaker here. Semi-translucent midsole that allows you to see the full length boost inside of the midsole. Very comfortable sneaker. It's a 350. Of course, we know that it's comfortable. Same Yeezy 350 version 2 Boost outsole on this shoe as well with the boost that you can see in the middle. You guys remember when we used to do legit checks on this Boost back in the day? This sneaker really takes me back to when we used to do some crazy legit checks because the boost was really, really off and you could easily tell through the boost. Nowadays, it's not as simple, but it takes me back to a little simpler time. And on the insole of the shoe, the insoles are actually a little bit different. The right insole that you're seeing here has the co-branded Yeezy and 3 stripes branding. However, the insole on the left foot still has Yeezy, but it also has this globe logo, which actually is the logo for ending plastic waste, a nod to Adidas' sustainability initiative. Now, that takes me back to the shoe itself and the fact that we can see more of these blue fibers that are coming out from underneath this black prime knit upper here. I'm wondering if they're cutting down on one material, using a little bit more of another material, so they're kind of making up for the lack of the prime knit, the black prime knit, with more of the blue weaving, the blue fibers in here as well. I'm not sure exactly what the blue fibers are made out of or if it's something a little bit more carbon neutral, but it's just interesting to me that we see more of this color kind of popping through as opposed to previous iterations of this color stripe pack. Then again, I could be completely wrong, so who knows? And that's pretty much it for the Adidas 350 Boost version 2 Dazzling Blue. Now, let's take it all the way back to 2016. Again, the last time we saw a sneaker with this type of coloring that was out, if you're 18 years old watching this, that means you were 12 years old the last time the stripe pack dropped. So let's get into what was going on back in 2016, both with Adidas and Kanye. 2016 was a roller coaster year for Kanye West. There was a lot that he had going on. He was really trying to come out and go strong with his weird looking clothing that was known as Yeezy Season 2. He had tours that he was going on. He dealt with Kim Kardashian actually getting robbed. He was on the Life of Pablo tour that, if you guys remember, he started going to Eat Stop, doing these crazy rants talking about Jay-Z not playing with his kids and all these other things that were going on. Quick side note on the Pablo tour, I actually went to the Nashville stop and it was really, really dope. One of the best concerts I've ever been to. But if you guys remember, he ended up cutting that tour short once he got the news about Kim Kardashian getting robbed over in Paris. So he has the Life of Pablo album that he comes out with. He has the Yeezy 350s that are coming off of massive success from 2015 with the emergence of the 750s and with the other iterations of the first 350s that came out. Yeezy was on fire with Adidas as far as their footwear. Everybody was buying it. They were going crazy. And Black Friday of 2016, we got what was known as the Stripe Pack. Now, that was a 3-pack of sneakers that pretty much look exactly like this one, except the stripes, where this one is blue, were all different colors. The first iteration of the pack was a 3-pack that all dropped on Black Friday, where the stripes were either red, green, or copper color. Now, shortly after that, I believe we also got the core black with the white stripe as well, which of course was a little more pleasing to people that maybe didn't like the green or the red, which I personally like the red. But nevertheless, it was an extremely popular pack, very, very limited. And again, Yeezy was pretty much on top of everything. In fact, he was obliterating the competition so much that he got so cocky with it, he came out with a song on his Pablo album called Facts, and on that song, that actually coined the famous Yeezy, 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 just thumped over Jumpman line. It was a controversial song. Kanye talked about how Nike treated their people just like slaves. They talked about if Nike didn't have Drake or Don C, they wouldn't have nothing, which was funny because during that time, Nike was coming out with the OVO collection, the Jordan 10s and the Jordan 12s. 2016, we also got the Don C pack, the beach pack that came out with the matching hat with the very nice quilted Don C Air Jordan 2s. If you guys remember, 2016, we saw an emergence of some Air Jordan 2s that came out. We got the Chicago Jordan 2 Low. We got the Radio Raheem 2s. We got some other variations of sneakers. But I'm not gonna lie, outside of a few notable releases, 2016 was kind of a weak year for Jordan brand. Now listen, I know that we got the band Jordan 1s. I know that we got the black toe Jordan 1s. I know that we got one of my favorite Jordan 12s of all time, the Master 12s, the black with the gold. But then we also got some really ugly looking Jordan 5 lows. Again, nobody was even checking for the Radio Raheem 2s when they dropped. The Black History Month collection was kind of mid. There were a lot of drops that went down in 2016 that personally, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I wasn't super excited about. And at the same time, remember, Kanye is making waves with the Yeezys. Now, the original Yeezy, the original 350 that dropped, it was extremely popular. Obviously, the Turtle Dove colorway, some of the other colorways that dropped, the Pirate Blacks, things like that, they were nice. But there was something special about the 350 version 2 when it dropped in 2016. There was something about this silhouette that just did right. Maybe it was the fact that it looked a little bulkier. Maybe it was the fact that they were using this really nice upper. Maybe it was the fact that they had kind of restructured the shoe, but kind of kept same elements of the silhouette, but just kind of evolved it. And that's really what the V2 was. It was an evolution of the original 350. And in my opinion, it was the family-friendly version of the 350. The colors were a little bit more muted. They're a little bit more toned down. You had the classic black with just the red Supply 350 on the side, which to this day is still one of the most popular Yeezy 350 models, as opposed to the cream model that actually sold over 1 million pairs and is still selling like crazy these days. I don't want to go on too long. I say all that to say that Kanye had a phenomenal 2016. However, it was also one of the most controversial and emotionally taxing years that Kanye had as well. Kanye was very up and down in 2016, and that might have contributed to why the sneakers were so ridiculously popular, because everywhere you looked in 2016, Kanye was making some kind of a headline. If it wasn't for his rants on tour, it was for Kim Kardashian being robbed. If it wasn't for that, it was for him meeting up with Trump in December. If it wasn't for that, it was for other controversial statements that he made. But Kanye was literally everywhere in 2016, and that was punctuated with the sneakers that he was dropping and of course the music. So we fast forward over to 2022. Obviously, Kanye has come out with a ton of different sneakers since then, a ton of different models, a ton of different iterations. But one thing that has remained constant throughout all of the 380s and 500s and highs and lows and mids and all these other sneakers that have come out was the 350 version 2. This sneaker has withstood the test of time, and it still remains one of the most popular and one of the most comfortable sneakers on the market today. I mean, even with an elevated price point right now of $230 or so, I believe that these cost, which obviously was a little bit higher price point for the 350 version 2, people didn't have an issue with it. People bought them up and they still sold out, and they're still going on the resale markets for somewhere around $400, about double the price these days. I watch a lot of YouTube, I listen to a lot of opinions on sneakers, and one opinion that I see always coming up is the idea of a timeless sneaker. What besides the Air Jordan 1 is a timeless silhouette? What sneaker is going to be that sneaker after the Air Jordan 1 is no longer as popular as it is today? Because granted, even though that sneaker is coming up on what, 40 years old now, 30 something years old now, even though it's still going to be a timeless silhouette and it's still a popular silhouette, what is it about the Yeezy 350 version 2 that puts it in the running as being the next up for the next timeless sneaker? Now I'm gonna tell you guys like this sneaker really defined a new generation of sneakerheads that weren't latching on to the sneakers of yesteryear and trying to find ways to flip that, customize it, or do different things to it in order to make it hot. Normally what you see with Yeezy 350 version 2s, of course there's customizations of it out there, but by and large, this sneaker is really generally accepted as it is, either because there's some really dope colorways that come out or just because people really don't want to mess with the sneaker itself. It's just really kind of fly as it is. And with that, I really feel like this sneaker could potentially be the next timeless sneaker after the Jordan 1 phases out. One big thing that it also has on the Jordan 1 is the fact that it's very comfortable, way more comfortable than the Air Jordan 1. So this caters to a lot more people than even the Air Jordan 1 may cater to. You're gonna see the Yeezy 350 version 2 everywhere from the lunchroom at your favorite middle school to the gym at some high-class gym with somebody wearing this sneaker that knows nothing about sneakers just because they're comfortable, they're fashionable, they're stylish. There's so many different things to so many different people, and we really haven't seen a silhouette, not just a colorway, but an entire silhouette of a sneaker transcend so many different demographics and generations of people than the Yeezy 350 version 2 since the Air Jordan 1. I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Sound off down in the comments. Let me know if there's another timeless silhouette. Now think about that question. Is there another timeless silhouette outside of the Yeezy 350 version 2 that has the appeal of different generations, different types of people, different nationalities, different colors of people, no matter where they come from? That type of widespread appeal like the Air Jordan 1, is there any other silhouette that has that outside of the Yeezy 350 version 2? I really haven't seen it yet. I believe that the 350 version 2 is gonna be the sneaker that takes us into the new generation fully. It's gonna be the sneaker that we're now starting to see kind of retro-ish versions of. Maybe not a retro, but what we have been seeing are re-releases of some very timeless models. And every time that sneaker re-releases, no matter how many times that sneaker re-releases, it continues to sell out. What other type of sneaker have we seen where no matter how many times you drop it, it continues to sell out? The Air Jordan 1. Kanye made magic with these. And not to say that some of the other sneakers that he's come out with have not been incredible as well, but the fact that we're getting these back and people are already getting super excited about them, these are continuing to sell out. Now that we've seen that there's supposed to be more iterations of the stripe pack kind of re-emerging, it's gonna kind of revitalize and re-energize the sneaker community, take us back to a time, back to 2016, where all we wanted to do was to get our hands on the stripe pack or on the latest 350 version 2 because they were so hard to get. Hopefully they're a little bit easier to get, but the Dazzling Blue, unfortunately, didn't seem to be the absolute easiest sneaker to get your hands on. So hopefully you guys were able to get your hands on these. Hopefully you caught the W through the Confirmed app. I'm gonna be quiet about talking about this sneaker. You guys have probably seen 1,000 videos about this shoe, but I am interested to hear you guys' thoughts about the Air Jordan 1 Yeezy 350 version 2 comparison. Also, let me know if you were able to get your hands on these, or if these are on your must cop list, or if you just took a really hard pass on them for whatever reason. Sound off down below. Let me know. Of course, right down in the comments, make sure that you click on that subscribe button so we can welcome you into the Sneaker Fetish family to make sure you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on Sneaker Fetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 version 2 Dazzling Blue, and until next time, I'm out.